Yeah.
All right. Well, what I wanted to bring up today, which I'm like 100% sure you've already heard of,
Okay.
Neuralink, created
Uh,
by Elon Musk.
yes, like
Yes.
slightly.
Okay. So it's a gadget that's going to be surgically inserted into your brain by neurosurgeons.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and basically, the way it works is the way the brain is constantly like sending signals to the body and telling you, like, or like activating your muscles and nerves and making you feel pain, making you see things, hear things. This is essentially going to be in your brain and do the same thing along with your brain, um, which is just like crazy to think of. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're basically a cyborg if you have that in your head.
Yeah, honestly.
Um, According to their website, it has to be implanted in the brain because placing it outside of your head, it will not be able to detect the signals
Right.
accurately from your brain. Um, but getting into like more of what it can actually do, it can be used as a connection between your brain and technology. Meaning, people who are paralyzed, people with like spinal cord injuries, are going to be able to use phones, tablets, computers just by using their minds,
Mm-hmm.
which is just like really crazy to even like
Absolutely.
think about. This seriously sounds like it's out of a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Although a bunch of the things we've been bringing up have like everything nowadays just crazy.
Yeah.
Um, and the main purpose is to be able to help those people who are paralyzed to communicate through text or voice messages. And eventually, I don't think it's there yet, but well, I think it's only been tested on like animals so far anyway. So um, we're definitely still in the beginning stages, but eventually we'll be able to draw pictures, take photos, and like who knows what else. Um, Another thing that's really cool is that there's a potential to treat a wide range of neurological disorders,
Ooh.
to restore some sensory and movement function, and eventually to expand how we interact with each other, with the world, and with ourselves.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That that just sounds crazy.
right. Just wait. It only gets like
Oh.
even crazier. So according, this is straight off their website. Um, it will be able to process visual info from our eyes, assist with perception and interpretation of sound, help process sense of touch, and responsible for planning and executing motor movements.
Wow. So that's
Yeah,
like you could be real like superhuman. Like
basically.
it's like you could be good at sports. Like anyone can be good at sports at that point. If it like the movement
Essentially,
of
yeah.
your muscles, right? Like if
Yeah.
it reacts faster than you can now, then
Yeah.
that's pretty
We're
crazy.
gonna have to see if I don't know how far in the future that is,
Hmm.
because it's definitely a little, I think, soon before we can actually start to see
Yeah.
these uses, considering
Yeah.
it hasn't been tested on humans yet, to my knowledge. Um, so I was reading another website, and this one I think was a little more like just rumors. So we don't know if it's going to be able to do this
Hmm.
exactly, but some of the points here, it did say that they were brought up by either like people working on Neuralink or even Elon Musk himself. So these could potentially happen. One, visual prosthesis. So it can help those who have blindness through eye injury, essentially by plugging a camera into your visual cortex and stimulating the electrodes
Oh
to
my
recreate a
gosh,
visual image.
dude.
So, you're just not blind anymore, basically, or partially blind. I don't know if it can completely, or if it will be able to completely just like cure blindness. That might be a little too far-fetched. I don't know. Well, at this point, I don't know if that sounds too far-fetched, but and then like, could that not mean like supervision for the rest of us if you were to get that and have some sort of camera that's like higher quality than your eyes, like, or it can zoom in, for example, and see further than your eyes can? Are you just going to be able to like look at something and just zoom in?
The one thing is that our eyes have the crazy dynamic range.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we'll be able to replicate that, but like a different use for that would be like thermal vision.
That was actually another thing it brought up. That was actually, that was brought up too. Yeah, in the article. It's crazy.
Yeah, but like that kind of stuff would totally enhance our vision. That would be sick.
Yeah, right? And like this next thing, it just sounds crazy, as I've been saying this whole time, basically. Telepathy, sort of. And this said, Elon Musk called this communication non-linguistic consensual. I don't know why it's in there twice. Conceptual telepathy. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Yeah. I won't.
Okay. But yeah, so basically you're going to be able to communicate with people if they also have the Neuralink.
Yeah, that sounds about
which
right.
Makes sense, considering if you have it, you're going to be able to control your phone and computer to send a message to someone. So that isn't really that different.
Right.
Maybe.
It's kind of like using iMessage, where you can only message people with other iPhones using iMessage.
Right.
So you can only use the Neuralink to message other people with Neuralink.
Yeah.
But watch, Apple's going to hop on that, send iMessages.
Of course. They just see, like, maybe they'll just hear it and see it pop up like in front of their face, but it pops up in blue.
Oh, yeah. The stereotypical blue.
Yeah.
Then you get a green one and you're like, oh, they don't have Neuralink.
These freaking guys. They got the off-brand.
Yeah.
The president's choice. Another thing, another application was unlocking hidden creativity. And basically the way it was put was just sometimes we're not able to communicate completely efficiently or even create what you might have inside your head.
Right.
If you're trying to make something like a video or a painting, a photo, drawing, whatever. So we may be able to create visuals from our thoughts, which would pretty much just like get rid of the need to hone that craft for like taking years to learn something.
Right.
Because you could just create it with your mind.
But like some people, kind of like us, like we have, it's like more advanced. Not advanced, but like our brains are kind of like different. Everyone's brain is different.
Yes.
Like some people are just more creative naturally.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like there's still going to be like a huge difference.
I think so.
Like
yeah. I don't think it's not just going to be like you pop it in your head and you go from being like not a creative person to just like Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Will anyone ever be Bob Ross? No way. He's just too good. This next one sounds pretty cool. It was titled Nostalgia on Demand. And it's basically saying we could maybe revisit memories just
Right.
on demand.
That's interesting. Because I've
Yeah.
heard like your memories like just really fade.
Exactly.
Right? Like how do you get one back? Like there's definitely things that I just don't remember
Yeah. No,
at
it's
all.
just gone. Or sometimes there might be something that you don't think you remember, and then there's something that triggers it,
Yeah.
but you never would have remembered it if you hadn't heard that thing or
Yeah.
seen that thing, whatever it is.
Yeah. So that would be really interesting if they could actually do that.
Yeah, but I think it would
Yeah.
like then it would need some form of like storage, which I don't know if
Right.
it has that.
Cloud.
I don't know. Yeah, I
Just
guess
send it to the cloud.
if it's just like something, and then can you like just choose? Okay, I want these memories to be saved, and these ones I don't want to be saved. Just
I mean,
get rid of those. Like
that already sounds like the Snapchat glasses and the Facebook ones
oh
that just came
yeah,
out.
yeah.
That's almost the same thing
Mm-hmm.
right
Yeah,
there.
that's really crazy.
So,
And like another thing with that is that like it would pretty much eliminate disorders like dementia or like Alzheimer's that affect your memory,
right.
because now you just have them saved.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. I don't know how many people are going to be wanting to get this in their head, especially at the start though.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
gonna
that's
take
going
a
to
while.
be, yeah, that absolutely will.
Like it's going to take a while for technology to get there, and then extra for people to accept it and wants to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And a couple more applications here. One being AI symbiosis, which is basically
God.
it's basically just saying that the Neuralink would be an extension of ourselves, which based on everything else I've said, you kind of get it. It's just going to help you do a bunch of things in your daily life.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's
The way
just
it's,
like
the way
having a
it's
venom.
worded.
I know,
Yeah,
I know.
The way it's worded sounds dangerous.
I know. Yeah. Also, side note, if you've watched Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire,
Mm-hmm.
Doc Ock has that chip on the back of his neck that controls that allows his brain to control those arms, which it gets damaged, and then the arms control him. So what if something like that were to happen where this thing like malfunctions and then you like just go a little crazy? That would not be fun.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. I mean, I don't think the Neuralink will have a mind of its own, so I'm pretty sure it won't like be able to control you. But still, if it malfunctioned, I don't think that would be good.
Yeah, any sort of malfunction.
Yeah,
probably not
considering
wanted.
it's in your brain.
Yeah.
But that's why they're testing it still.
Yeah.
Another very, very cool thing would be disease prediction. If it's able to pick up chemical cues in the brain and prevent diseases ahead of time before we get them, obviously.
That's crazy.
All of these things are just sounding like out of this world. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that's basically everything Elon does. He's literally trying to get out of this world and go to Mars.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah. He even, again, I'm going on a tangent here. Did you hear he took like 4 civilians into space? I think it was a few months ago now. Or, well, he didn't take them, but he had a rocket that sent them through SpaceX. And it was just 4 people who are not astronauts, nothing, just completely regular people.
That's crazy.
He's just doing Elon's just doing something different, man. He's just on another level.
Yeah, I mean, guess when you have that much money, you can do that.
Yeah, he is. He's the richest man in the world, isn't he? Right now, I think. Maybe.
Pretty
sure. Yeah.
Next to Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, I think he passed him. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
maybe.
sure, 100% sure, but I feel like I remember seeing something saying that he did. And another thing would be, this kind of goes along with the disease prediction, is could this help solve mental illnesses?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Ah,
We don't know.
gosh. Yeah, it
But
would be cool. It would be super cool.
it would
But
be, yeah.
I really wonder what the risks are of this. Like, we don't
I
know
know.
enough
I
about
know.
it yet.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, super interesting stuff so far.
Absolutely. Um, yeah, actually, I don't know if you've seen it, because I know you said you only heard a little bit about this, but I know they did a test where they had it implanted in a monkey, and he
Hmm.
was playing like a game with his mind on a
Oh,
computer. It was
wow.
like a ping pong game. Yeah,
I think I saw that.
you probably did, because it was definitely all over social media
Yeah,
when
it
it
was all
happened.
over. I think I saw that.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
just wow.
it's crazy. And the one final thing I wanted to bring up here was going back to my point from, or my topic from last week, I should say, is how this will be integrated with the metaverse,
Yeah.
right? Because like looking at all the applications for it that we already mentioned, we already brought up, like it seems like just that would work pretty much perfectly with the metaverse. Like it would eliminate any need for controllers that need to be used with VRs right now, because you're just
Right.
controlling your virtual self with your mind, the way you just get up and walk and go do things regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also wondering if it would be able to like stimulate like actual feeling things,
It might.
because I know it said on their website about helping people like with feeling, right?
Right.
What
Right.
was it I
Right.
said? Yeah, helps process sense of touch. So could it make like a false sense of touch within the metaverse?
Jeez.
And if that's the case, then it's basically going to just be at a point where we can't distinguish VR from reality,
Yeah.
which is not great.
Yeah.
But
That's.
also, I mean, I guess you can look at it from both ways, because it's good if you like the VR, if you like going into that virtual reality, then it's going to be amazing. But again, just watch last week's video to see. I don't need to go into it again.
Yeah.
All the things that were brought up. Yeah, I don't know. This is a
Yeah.
crazy world we're living in now.
We're headed into a very interesting future.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm excited and scared to see how far we go with all this.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I don't know.
Who knows?
It's crazy.
Maybe in a couple years, we're like, hey, this isn't working. It doesn't work. And we scrap it.
That's true.
And it'll
Very
never happen.
possible. Very possible. We'll just have to see.
Yeah.
You guys keep tuning in,
Yeah.
and you'll see it here.